Welcome back to the Buds and Box podcast. I'm your host, Eric Fogarty, and I'm joined with my two co-hosts, Jude, Rondina, and Michael Feldbloom. How's it going today, guys?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. We're 4 for 4. Felly asking me how I'm doing. Um, I am doing amazing because the Leafs, they won 3-0 against Edmonton Oilers, and due to contrary belief, even though I'm wearing a McJesus sweater, I
Apparently,
I was
he
still cheering
isn't
for the Leafs.
actually McJesus because I just want to go back to last podcast quickly.
Yeah, fair
If you
enough.
want, you can go back too. But Eric said he was saying that, it's worse for the Leafs to play Edmonton, a playoff series, blah, blah, blah. You can go watch it if you want. Basically, his point was McDavid never has two bad games back to back. Tonight and Saturday night, we have seen that McDavid has had two very bad games back to back. So, Jarek, do you want to take back your point, or do you still stand by that point?
Um, I'm not gonna take it back. I said my point, what I believed, and I had a right to believe it, especially with Hutchinson going in net. But I will admit that I was wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how predictions work. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. You won't always be right, and I thought I was gonna be right, but I admit I was wrong. But I mean, the Leafs. I mean, it was something that I was glad to be wrong about, just because the Leafs just proved that they don't need Austin Matthews, they don't need Frederick Anderson, they don't even need Jack Campbell. We can win with Michael Hutchinson and get a shutout. We can win
Get him out of
comfortably.
here.
Yeah. So overall, amazing game by the Leafs. There's literally, we could end the podcast right there.
No
Just
complaints.
yeah,
We
no
won't.
complaints. Yeah, we won't. We'll get into the game. Yeah. So let's just go into it. So I wrote a few things down. Everything I wrote down was in the first period because the second period and third period, it was kind of just the first period without the goals. So
I wrote some stuff down too, so we'll get
yeah,
about the second
that's
and third.
perfect.
About
Okay, perfect.
the second and third. So
So the first thing I wrote down was Brody is like so good at 2-on-1s that it's actually insane.
you know what? I was reading something about Brody, yesterday, I believe, and the article was basically saying what he does is so amazing. He was getting so much praise in this article because, first of all, he plays his wrong side, which makes what he does even harder. And basically, it was saying that he's just amazing on stick, getting his stick on a guy even like Connor McDavid's stick and
No
poking it
homo.
off.
No homo.
Okay, Eric. Like, just that's like stick on stick, like defense, and that really is with 2-on-1s, just his active stick and like everything. And I was reading like what he does is like way harder to do on the right side as a left-handed defenseman. So the fact that he does it and he does it so well is pretty amazing. But
And
anyway,
that specific play I was talking about, it's just it runs through my head over and over again. He takes the guy and blocks the pass so perfectly. They can't make a play off of it. They can't make a pass because he's too close to saucer it, and they can't get a shot off because he's in their way. It's unheard of. Like there's basically a 2-on-1 is basically just a 1-on-1, and Brody is really good at those.
yeah,
And then the next thing I had, you guys might disagree with me, but Jimmy VC is starting to be noticeable on the ice. All right, with the absence of a few players, he's gotten a little bit more ice time, and he's starting to really stand out and look like kind of hungry. And even right at the end of the game, did you guys watch that? He
yeah,
wanted to go with
Yeah,
I
I
forget who
saw
it
that.
that was good to see some heart out of him and some passion or whatever. But I don't know about the rest of the
But
game.
yeah,
I mean,
so I'm gonna rebuttal that point and like I don't know, kind of for Felly, I guess here. He I guess you can say he is standing out a bit more. To the slightest bit, and that's also because I don't know if you guys want to check ice times. If you guys want to fact check me here, it's up to you guys. But that's just probably because he's on the ice more than he would be versus any other game. That's just my take on it. And he's not more noticeable. He's just out there more. So you're gonna notice him.
I agree with that. I think he's getting extra. You know what? Honestly, I think he's still playing like fourth line minutes. But
Yeah.
this game specifically, Keefe was rolling the lines. He wasn't even like in the third period. He wasn't even double shifting like Marner at all, anything like that. He was literally rolling the line. So the fourth line in general got more shifts. But yeah, honestly, VC is kind of he's a body. I'd rather see Robertson, but I know Robertson's developing right now. Honestly, I'd rather see Patan in his
I'd like to
spot
see
right
Galchenyuk.
now.
I honestly just want to see him out there.
Yeah, I mean they have Galchenyuk playing with Robertson in the on the
really?
Marlies actually. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, Galchenyuk could make his way up eventually. I don't know how much longer he's got on his contract or what, or if they're gonna, or if maybe the expansion draft will have something to do with that trade. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah. And then something I had mentioned in the second period, but I just want to bring it up now. Mikheyev. Ilya Mikheyev is so good
Yeah,
on the penalty
he
kill.
makes
Superman.
He,
Yeah.
you heard it, Superman. He made some. The announcer made a comment that I think he has 13 shots on the penalty kill. 13 shots on the penalty kill. That's unbelievable.
Yeah,
And most of them are breakaways.
He's like the defensive version of Austin Matthews. He's like always he's like right place, right time for that D-to-D pass, and he's just gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that pass where they're like kind of like throwing it around to get that open like man. Mikheyev's just there and he's pressured so well. I love that stance.
It's pretty unbelievable, honestly. It's like it's cool to see him like get all these like nice chances on the kill. So
I just want to see him finish more, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah,
he
I mean,
could
he
probably
got
use a lesson or two from Austin Matthews.
Yeah, he got an assist this game though, so he had a pretty good game.
Yeah. If you get him rolling, oh man, he's going to be really, really useful for the Leafs in the playoffs.
In the beginning, when he just came back from his injury last year, well, before his injury, he was doing really well as like a rookie, and then he got injured for the whole year, and it sidelined him, and then he came back in his first game. There was like an exhibition game in the bubble against Montreal, and he scored on like the first shift. You remember that? So I don't know. And then he's just kind of like steady now. Like I think he's got 2 goals or something on the year, but
yeah,
he's a good defensive third line player.
The thing about Mikheyev is like, I think once he finds his offense and once he gets going and once he finds his rhythm, he hasn't been able to find his rhythm because the first year it was a shortened season. Then he got to play in the bubble, right?
Well, first year he was injured for the whole year.
Injured, exactly, and injured. Second year it's a shortened season. He's not going to find his rhythm in a shortened season. You know, like I'm still once he plays those full 82 games, then I think he'll really become like maybe even like a top 6 forward, that like 2-way forward for the Leafs. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, getting into the first goal. So 7 minutes and 19 seconds in, Hyman with a beautiful, beautiful goal from a crisp pass from Riley, and then Mikheyev got his assist. Just a perfect play. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on it.
I should have never traded Riley.
To me, yeah, Riley got I think 6 fantasy points or something. He blocked like 3 shots. He got a goal and an assist, but no, it was just a really nice look from Riley. You could see he probably could have taken a shot, but he hesitated. He scanned the ice and he saw Hyman open back door, and then Hyman made a nice
in front of the net.
Sorry?
Quick hands in front of the net.
Yeah, and then Hyman's quick hands in front of the net. So
great goal.
Yeah. And then the next thing I had was Hutch. He was looking sharp early on. I mean, we all know how the game ended. But this is the question that I had for you guys. All right. So I want to answer from both of you. So we all know that Hutchinson was basically bullied off the team by the Toronto media, and there was a forced trade. Basically, forced Kudubis to trade Hutchinson to the Avalanche. So if
I think they dropped him.
Did they drop? Did
yeah,
they,
he was picked up by the Avalanche. I think they just dropped him to waivers.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I think though, if I remember, he was like, I think they traded him for like a 7th or 5th round pick or something.
maybe, but
I feel like you're both right. I feel like there's like a
yeah.
Yeah, he
both
cleared
ways.
waivers
Yeah,
and they traded him.
you're right. I think
That's what
that
I-
did happen, and then they traded him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, they definitely dropped him at one point.
yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
maybe he was traded too. I think he was.
Yeah. So the question was, if Hutchinson keeps playing the way he's playing, and he's doing well for the Leafs, are Leafs fans allowed to reclaim him after bullying him out of the club?
I don't think no. Well, what happened was, I guess it was 2019. He became the backup, but he was like, people thought that he could be a starter at one point, like, because he was from Florida. He came from Florida, right? And I think he was a starter on Florida, for a bit, and everyone was thinking, oh, like this guy's pretty good. And then he came to the Leafs. He got a shutout like right away. Jude, weren't you at the game or something?
Yeah,
Like one of his first games.
He's still
Yeah,
wearing
did he get?
Florida gear.
Yeah, and he got a shutout, right, or something, or he won the
Yeah, he
game.
played nuts. He played nuts.
Yeah, and then he continued to have like 2 or 3 good games.
Yeah.
Well, Anderson was injured or whatever, and then he just completely fell off
I remember all this. Yeah, yeah.
out of nowhere. Leafs fans were really happy with him
Yeah.
at the beginning. I remember Jude literally being like, "Oh, this guy's good. Like this
I was
guy
like,
could be
this
a
guy's sick.
starter."
Like the way he played was just like no other. Like I don't know if it was like
Yeah.
nerves, adrenaline. It's crazy.
So I remember going to that same year in 2019, after he won those games and whatever, he got sent down to the Marlies because he started playing really bad in the NHL. And I went to a Marlies game with my dad, and he let in 8 goals in the AHL, and I was like, "Oh, this guy is not good." And I was like, "How did this guy play so well, like in the NHL?" Anyway, then he came back up, and he was just really bad, and I think everyone was really done with him. But I don't think we can reclaim him yet, because we've seen this happen before.
Philly's right. Now
Right, like he
Yeah.
could come out next game and let in 9 goals.
Yeah.
Like you don't know, right? But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's a pretty fair answer. I mean, I didn't expect you to go in really that in depth to it, but that surprised me.
Yeah.
It was the perfect answer.
Well, I just had like, when you asked the question, I just started remembering all the things. Like he started off really hot and everyone was really happy, and then it gradually went down. Then he was on the Marlies, and then he went back. And everyone was really mad.
Yeah, I just know one thing, and that's he wasn't the starter on Florida. He was in the exact same situation as he came to Toronto as he left in Florida. So Luongo or someone got injured that year, or I don't know, maybe I don't think Reimer was on them at that time, but someone was injured there, so he had to. He was pretty much what he was for us, and then he came to us, and then had the exact same starting role for an injured starter, and then slowly he was rolling.
Declined.
He said, "Yeah."
I think what happens with him is like he has one bad game type of thing, and he just like completely goes under, like kind of like Dave Riddick.
Well, I personally think, I don't know. I think it could have something to do with nerves and with the Toronto media, because he had like one decent game. He was like a 3-2 loss, but he didn't have a lot of shots or something like that. And then after those games, that's when the 4, 6, like 8 kind of goal games started coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also,
well,
right now, there's nothing to be nervous about in that arena. So you never know, right?
Well, the thing is, he knew what he was coming into. He got traded from Florida, but he signed this offseason. Everyone in Toronto media was going nuts that they signed him. Everyone's like, why would they do this? They signed Aaron Dell, and then they dropped him.
Yeah.
So Dell would be playing right now, but I mean, where even is he? He's back up somewhere else, right?
He's playing for New Jersey right now, back up for Blackwood.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess the only difference is he'd be playing right now instead of Hutchinson. But I think the main thing about signing Hutchinson was they wanted to be able to leave him available for the expansion draft and be able to save Campbell, because Anderson's contract is up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I think you can only save one goalie anyway.
Yeah. Sticking to the goalie news, I just want to let you guys know this story. So this is just the Oilers goalie luck. I just heard it today and I thought it was pretty funny. Well, I mean, not really funny. It's okay. That was kind of rude, but you'll understand when I say it.
Uh-oh.
So.
Oh no.
The Oilers picked up.
You want to restart?
No, it's okay. The Oilers picked up Staylock. I don't know if you guys heard
Oh,
off waivers.
okay, Eric. That's not a funny thing. That's not
Okay,
funny at all.
okay.
What
It's
happened?
a heart condition.
He had a heart condition from COVID-19.
But yeah,
He got his
from
heart
getting
condition.
COVID.
But
Oh, okay.
he only said it. He just released a statement today after the Oilers picked him up off waivers. So the Oilers are hoping to use him, and he just says, "Oh yeah, guys, by the way, I have what was it?
It's like mitochondria. Yeah,
Myocarditis, which is a
I could
heart
not say
condition."
it.
Yeah. So I didn't think it was funny. Okay, I thought it was like it just like the Oilers have bad luck with goalies, and you know, okay,
But
forget
I
it. Forget
mean,
it.
do we know if that's a heart condition or is it like a viral thing
I
from
think it's a
COVID?
COVID
No, it's a
side
heart condition.
effect.
So it is like a viral thing. Okay.
I think it's like it's like a COVID effect that
Yeah.
made him gave him the condition.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he might not even be able to play this whole year.
Right, like he developed it, from COVID. I mean that's just what
He's
I
a-
picked up
he-
from
I
what you
think
guys
he-
just
I-
said.
Yeah, I think he'd have the possibility of being the starter for the Oilers if he really he's a good goalie with their situation right now.
Well,
Yeah, I mean
Koskinen played
Koskinen fucking
pretty
blew.
terribly tonight. He let in 2
Those-
goals on 2 shots.
Those first two say
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
okay,
God.
did we get to the second goal yet? No, we didn't.
Oh
eh?
no.
No,
This
we
is what I
gotta
had
speed
next.
this up.
So yeah, 3 minutes later, exactly 3 minutes later, Nylander. I guess the puck just got pushed to him. It was so fast, I kind of missed it, but he makes a beautiful
me
play,
too.
backhand, top shelf. And yeah, Nylander 4 goals in the past 3 games, I believe. So he's
Yep.
really stepping up in the absence of Matthews, and that's exactly what we need from him. All we need is Tavares going, and we're good.
Well, that's the thing about Nylander is he's very streaky. If you're a Leafs fan, since he's been around as a Leaf, he's just been he's on for 10 games and then he just leaves, he packs his bags and goes somewhere
back to
else. He
Sweden.
goes on a vacation for he goes swimming in lakes in Sweden for
literally
a couple of weeks and then he comes back. It's weird, but anyway, that's Nylander. He's just gonna be like that. Hopefully he can get more consistent, but I feel you can see when he wants to score or do something. He has
strive some games, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he has a hop in his step, and then some games it just looks
sure.
like he doesn't even want to be on the ice. It's
like that Boston
so
game, bro.
weird.
I'll never forget that game. He looked like someone paid him to not play, to leave the puck for Anderson.
Literally,
everything that game was just I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with all of that. And yeah, of course, if you're a Leafs fan, you already know that. But yeah. So the last goal of the third period and last goal of the game, 18 minutes and 7 seconds. Riley scores from Marner, and I thought someone else assisted it, but apparently not. It was an amazing power play setup, and the next thing I wrote amazing power play setup, and Koskinen sucks.
Yeah, no, it was I don't know, it was a nice power play setup. They just got it nicely, and then you just know whenever Marner touches it, it's kind of something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a goal, but a good chance or whatever. But Riley got that shot off. It was a good.
Set him up so well.
It was a good look. I mean, he didn't have any other play to make, so he just put it on net, and that's what happens when you put the puck on net sometimes. So.
Koskinen sucks.
Yeah.
And Koskinen was not looking good there. That went off big Darnell Nurse there. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was from the overhead. That looked exactly like Tavares' stick. The way it hit, it hit his shoulder. Tavares' stick was right here. And I was like, oh my god, he had to have touched that.
Well, it's a good thing he didn't because it probably would have been high sticking.
Yeah. I don't know. It was right there.
It would have been close.
Yeah.
It would have been close. So probably better off.
I think the overall message from these two games, right? I heard a stat before the game. The reason people are hyping up this game so much, and the reason that this game is so exciting to watch is because Edmonton is first in goals scored, Toronto is second, right? You go into these two games. There's one more on Wednesday, I believe, but 7 goals in 2 games for the Leafs and none for the Oilers in 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's an incredible feat for the Leafs, right?
Yeah.
These Oilers are a good goal scoring team, not defensively, but a good goal scoring team, and they kept them to 0.
Mm-hmm.
So it's looking good. If they can keep up this defensive play, I don't want to jinx them, but
Yeah, this is
who's gonna stop them?
I agree. This is what we've been looking for. If we had this
Yeah.
podcast 2 years ago, we said, "Oh, we need to do this with our defense, do that."
And this is without even just a guy
Matthews.
like Wayne Simmons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's even like no, we're not even talking about Matthews for a second. Like Simmons is a huge part of the addition, like of what everyone's talking about, and he showed it in the first games of the season.
for sure.
And this is without him. Like add him for free in 4 more weeks, right? Because he's going to come back. And then you have another amazing addition to this team that's looking really good right now, anyways. So, and then hopefully getting Matthews back, the lineup just gets even better than what we've been seeing.
Yeah.
So Anderson back, you feel a bit better back there. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wayne Simmons, huge part. He was going off right before he got injured.
Yeah.
And
Huge
then,
part of that power play.
Hopefully he comes back feeling decent. I mean, it might take him a few games, but he was so good before he left. Like defensively, just two-way, like power forward.
Exactly.
Perfect. Like he looked like he was 20 again. Like, but I mean, hopefully he can come back and do the same.
He's lethal in front of the net on that power play.
Oh my god,
Matthews to take those shots with like a 6'3", 250 or whatever he is in front of the net. That's doing so much.
We haven't had a guy that could like tip like that or like get shots up that close since JVR.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a JVR but tougher.
Yeah. Exactly.
So that's,
I agree.
Yeah. Anyway, I had a note about the second and third period.
Okay, wait.
I also have one.
Okay, let me just say my one note that I had, because I thought it was really interesting, and then you guys can say all your notes. So I heard a stat in the game: the Leafs hadn't shut out the same team back to back since 1955 against the Detroit Red Wings.
It's hard to. First of all, back to backs are rare in a regular season against the same team in the NHL, and shutouts are even more rare. So I mean,
especially
it makes sense.
Two different goalies.
Yeah, two different goalies is a crazy thing.
Yeah.
Two different backups.
That's how I feel about that. Yeah. The backup and then the backup to the backup. Yeah. All right. So yeah, my note here is just Draisaitl equals scummy / scumbag / dirty / poor sport /
So he's not creative with it again.
Or loser.
Well said. Well said.
No, but in all seriousness, he's such a sore loser. I mean, all of them are. You could see at the end of the game. I mean, it's got to be frustrating. Anyone would be frustrated from getting shut out twice, but like, it's so unprofessional. Like he's just got like you can just tell he's got a terrible temper, and he looks really undisciplined. Like you see him just cross-checking guys, slashing guys, like hitting guys. Like same with Darnell Nurse at the end, and he didn't have to bump into Hutchinson.
That made me so mad. Like that little.
That's something you don't do.
Yeah.
Mike Smith, he didn't even let in any goals. He gets his helmet knocked off by his own guy.
Cheap shots McKay.
And then blockers McKay.
Mike Smith flopped like.
Bro, if there was a weird NHL right now, it would be goalies gone nuts. Like that's literally just what it'd be.
Just against the Leafs. Yeah. And then he blockers McKay in the face.
Right in the back of the head, bro. I was like, yo, what? That was Hyman that hit him. Why is he going off on McKay?
Hyman didn't even hit him.
No, yeah, okay. Hyman came into the crease and then Mike Smith just died right there.
Anyway, Archibald, and then you saw McDavid on his penalty.
Okay, that was dead.
Am I not here?
You cut out for a second.
Sorry, I said you could even see it like with McDavid on his cross check on Hull in the third. Just their whole like Archibald. Did you guys hear me say that?
Yeah.
And then that's just so scummy of Nurse to bump into Hutchinson at the end with 0 seconds left, with everything that's happened. It's 3-0.
Like 40 seconds left, and he's trying to get a shutout. pissed off.
No, it's just super like dumb. And then to see Bogosian come in and take his gloves off was
Yeah.
good. I
That's
like seeing that.
That's what we need.
And to just continue my rant for one more second, just because Bogosian popped into my head, Bogosian has been solid. Shut down. He just does what he has to do. I saw one time in this game, a young defenseman might have tried to skate the puck or make a pass, but it was at the end of the first, I think. There was like 10 seconds left, and he just got it out just far enough so it wasn't icing.
Yeah.
And it was just like a perfect play. Like, the last thing you need is a goal in the last minute of a period, right?
Yeah.
So that was just a good, solid, like smart thing to do as a veteran guy knows that. So anyway.
So yeah, I'm gonna clear up here with my last point. And that was, I don't know, but for some reason that third period, I noticed personally, obviously he has a spotlight on me, kind of like Hyman in the spotlight with Felly, but Tavares and I don't know, just he was getting so many chances at the end of the game. I thought he was due for one. Like that 2-on-1.
Shot. Yeah, with Marner.
I was like, okay, that's it. This is it. And it just it like nicked his blocker. I was like, oh man, but it I don't know. He took so
Jude also wants him to score for his fantasy team.
So I don't know. I just felt like he was due there though. He had a pretty good game and he didn't put up anything aside from shots and hits, right? And block shots. So
okay, so I'm just seeing now that Mark Stone got 5 assists.
Yeah, I saw that.
and I'm playing against him. Okay, wow.
It's okay. Don't feel bad. I traded away Mark Stone.
But Morgan Riley got
in my other league,
got a goal and an assist and fantasy points. He got 5.2 fantasy points. Grubauer and Gibson. Oh my god, I can't even look at that right now. I'm literally I was beating this guy by like 10 points, and I just see Mark Stone got 5 assists.
Mark Stone would sit behind the net, touch the puck, and then they just score. That's it. Like you just touch it.
Oh my
score.
god!
All right, yeah. Keep going. What were you saying? Fantasy?
Can't remember. I don't know. We were just going
about it.
We were just saying that this guy has Mark Stone and I'm playing against him. He's the worst guy in our entire league, but he has Mark Stone and Mark Stone has 5 assists. So.
Okay, yeah. Well, I just want to wrap up on one more thing. When you guys were talking about before when Mike Smith lost his helmet and he just went after Mikheyev because that was the first guy he saw. Mikheyev looked so confused.
He looked so scared, bro. I felt so bad for him.
He literally does. He's like, why are Canadians mad at me? I don't understand. Like he didn't get it. He was like, whoa.
Yeah, like he didn't fight back. He went
because I don't think he realized what went on.
Yeah.
And he just heard a stoppage of play and he's skating behind the net and he gets a blocker to the face.
Well, he didn't do anything on that play though. He did nothing wrong. Like
Mike Smith is huge too.
Smith, though.
You know what? I noticed that McCabe was just getting like picked on for no reason on like things he didn't do.
Poor guy,
like
man.
There was at one point Darnell Nurse just like hit him after the whistle into the boards, man. And I was like, poor guy, man. Like
he was like chirping out. He's like why? Why are you doing this?
Yeah, he doesn't
he doesn't deserve this, bro.
Yeah.
But I think honestly my point about Draisaitl equals scummy/scumbag/dirty/ poor sports / poor loser. I think I can honestly add Draisaitl and Darnell Nurse equals scummy /scumbag /dirty / poor sport / poor loser. So
okay, fair enough.
You're just listing Eric's whole fantasy team at this point.
Yeah, literally. Oh my god.
Also, I want to bring up that one tweet that was like kind of like viral last game. So the guy who said you guys sent it. Let me just find it in our group chat.
Here. I remember it. Was it the one about Matthews?
Yeah, Matthews and McDavid.
So it basically
said
Matthews and McDavid became such good friends training in Arizona in the off season that when Matthews doesn't play, McDavid decides not to either. He decides to opt out too. Because they're such good friends.
Matthews took the night off, and McDavid said, "You know what? I'll do the same." And that's back-to-back games. McDavid took the night off. So
I was laughing so hard at that.
That was funny.
I just had to share it with the boys.
That was very funny. Because it really looks like he's but you could tell he's frustrated, like especially on his penalty too. Like I don't know if he's ever gone 2 games getting shut out Just
Mhm.
0 goals and 0 assists in both games. And I guess Eric thought that too, and that's why. But I
Yeah.
mean, you did just see like honestly in the third period, I saw this play and I was like, that makes so much sense. I mean, Keith's got to be telling them like someone has to stay on McDavid, someone look at McDavid like at all times. And I saw at one point in the third, Kerfoot was out and McDavid was like looping around in his own end, and the puck was in one corner. McDavid was like coming around, and Kerfoot like was going to the puck, and then just like followed McDavid. Like he didn't even look at the puck anymore.
Mhm.
He just followed McDavid, and then they passed it out somewhere else. But I thought that like that's what they're doing. Like subtly, they're just keeping a guy on McDavid and like just watching him. They're keeping one guy behind him. There was one time Muzzin got lost, but they're trying to keep one guy between him and the goalie at all times. So
Yeah. So
like no
speaking of-
pinching, stuff like that.
Speaking of Kerfoot, I think it was Jude that sent the tweet.
Oh
Kerfoot
yeah.
in warm up.
Yeah, no, that was at practice. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that was morning
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah. So for those who what I'm referencing is,
Eric,
Jude
you
sent.
need to be like dropping these tweets in here. You gotta let
Yeah,
the
I can't do that. That's too much work. But
We're a low budget podcast.
so Kerfoot,
We need
what
to
I'm
get an
referencing
editor.
is Kerfoot was in practice, I'm guessing, or warm up. I think it was practice. So he was just putting the puck in, flicking the puck in the net. He missed it, and then when he went to go step, he stepped on the puck and just walked
And he
out.
fell.
Bro, if you're telling me that that's the guy that we've been like just boasting in these podcasts, and
Yeah.
then that happened, like it's so funny. It's just
Oh
thinking
man,
about
I wish you could put that clip in.
I
Just
know.
put it
I
in.
know.
Just put in the work.
Eric,
Put it in.
Eric,
We're gonna get
Eric,
copyrighted.
Eric, just send me the recording and just let me do it. It's literally a 2-second
He's
clip.
right. We'll probably
I
get
know, but then I gotta
copyrighted.
save the file. Blah blah blah. It's too much work.
It's a 2-second clip. How would that be? And that was some
Jude,
random person. It wasn't from the Toronto Maple Leafs.
See how lazy Eric is? Like,
Our
oh my
Spotify
god.
viewers and Apple Podcast viewers are punching air right now.
Yeah, but okay, so what?
all 7 of them.
Hey, I mean, last
We're
time
thankful.
now it's
We're
7.
thankful
Who
for you
knows?
guys.
Yes. we
Last
are.
time it was 2, now it's 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
think
I found out
think
we're actually on Apple Podcasts too, so that's pretty cool.
yeah. So shout out to Apple Podcasts as well if you listen to us on there. You probably don't. Probably talking to air right now, but
Hey,
you know.
we have like a few estimated audience, so
Hey,
that's pretty cool.
if you're listening right now on Apple Podcasts, if you made it all the way through, shoot us a DM and say, "Hey, I made it all the way through the video. I'm your Apple Podcast listener." We're at Buds in the Box on Instagram.
We'll give you free merch.
We'll give you free
Yeah.
merch. We're
Yeah,
making
merch
merch,
coming out
guys.
soon.
So we're not trying to make an official announcement or anything, but we've been talking about it, and merch coming soon. So
If you watch this full video, then you just sneak peek.
Yeah.
then
DM us,
you
you'll
just
get
got
merch
free
for
merch,
free.
and you would DM us,
Yeah.
Yes.
and you will get a free piece of merch. We'll split it between the 3 of us, and we'll pay for you. We'll ship it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right.
So I guess that's a good note to end it off on. So
Yep.
thank you guys for listening to the Buds in the Box podcast, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.